It's important to listen. Try not to burn bridges. Just be aware of people around you and knowing that they could be around later. You know, like I remember shooting my video for my first official record, which was Let Your Backbone Slide. And the cameraman's name was Paul Sarasi. And that song became the first, you know, the first singer from a Canadian hip hop artist to ever go gold, man. So a lot of these guys came up with me, man. The director was Joe Goldberg, but the director of photography's name was Paul Sarasi. And that was shot in 89. All I know is years later, I'm on the set doing Paid in Full. And this movie, I didn't have too much dialogue. I was just in the car with Mekhi Phifer when he was playing Money Mitch. But guess who was the cameraman for that movie? It was Paul Sarasi. So when he saw me, he was like, oh my God, Maestro, long time no see. How you doing? So he made sure that I was on camera. Even though I didn't have any dialogue, he made sure that I got on camera for that joint right there, man. So one of the lessons is don't burn bridges. Be aware, man. You know what I'm saying? And keep learning and don't sell yourself short, man. You know, like I put out music since '89, man, but I'm still here doing stuff. So respect. I think there's a lot of divide, but I will say this. First of all, Cardinal is probably my favorite Toronto MC. And you know, I met him like when he was 12 or 13. And I will say, like, from when I came out, the next two generations, them guys grew up watching me. But the generation after that, now you're talking about social media, now you're talking about internet, now you're talking about a bigger divide. You see what I'm saying? Now anybody could speak, anybody could be a star now, anybody could have their opinion out there, you know? There's new blogs, there's new curators, you know what I'm saying? There's new energy. And from that is like, and guess what? Now there's a new separation. You feel me? And you know, guys that were like, you know, grew up watching me, they'll remember that, you know, guys who grew up, you know, a couple years, you know, they'll remember that. But then you got younger dudes who are in their 20s now. I mean, that's like a 30-year gap. They don't know me or care. And it's not even their fault. It's because they've been socially engineered not to. Whereas with rock artists, they still get that love and that respect. You know what I'm saying? But hip hop artists don't really get that acknowledgement when you get to a certain time of your career. I just got inducted in the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. I'm the first hip hop artist to ever do that. You know, I remember calling one of the radio stations in Toronto here just to let the mans know maybe I can get an interview, whatever. Yeah, his response to me was like, yo, let me talk to my team, see what we think. And I'm just showing you the level of not only disrespect to me, but disrespect to the genre of music and disrespect to Black music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not calling because I want to be your friend. I'm calling because we love hip hop. And it's like, this is a major milestone for Black music in Canada, where I'm the first hip hop artist to ever get inducted in the Canadian Songwriter Hall of Fame. That if I'm calling you to be like, okay, boom, let's do something. And your response is, well, let me talk to my team, see what they think. That's comedy, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And that's reinforcing the distance between older cats and newer cats. That's why when a song like this one comes out, like Wish I Could, featuring like my homies and the younger guys, you know, look what happens when you put me on a tune. You see what happens when you put me on a tune still? I still come with it, you know? So there's been a lot of reasons why there's a distance between generations, and I can speak, you know, personally for that, you know. But I'm going to continue, you know, trying to inspire artists to continue growing. But there's definitely a divide. But Cardinal, like I said, he's like my favorite MC out of Toronto, man. He embodies Toronto for sure, you know. So there's a lot of guys I like, but Cardi's probably my favorite still, you know. Yeah, man, you know, and you know, that's why it's great to have an ambassador like Drake on board, where it's like, you know, we know him from time how to see him develop, but to see him on that stage right there, but the stage was in Toronto, but Toronto, now the world was watching Toronto, was awesome right there. But it was, who would have thought the Raptors would have won, man? That was crazy, man. And that song, this is epic. You'll appreciate this. I wrote that song while the game was on, and I recorded it the very next day. I wanted to test my artistry. I'm going to write the hook. I'm going to write my lyrics while watching the game. You see what I'm saying? It was on a Thursday. Friday morning, I was in the studio recording that. And then the following week, I released it. You know what I'm saying? And with a video. I wanted to see how I could move like a millennial, to see what I could put together. And I captured the feel of what we were going through with that song, man. It was epic, man, definitely. I was writing while watching it, man. And one of the last things the commentator said was, like, when Raptors won, he said, Warriors got a dynasty, but Toronto reached a destiny. I'm like, damn, that's a nice way to end it, my verse. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was for watching the game and watching, feeling that, like, when, and then I remember when Kawhi, he thought he missed a shot, like we all closed our eyes for a second, but I tried to take the listener through a story, what I was going through. And, one of my favorite MCs is Ghostface from the Wu. So that's what I try to do. Just captivate that, capture that.